So let's talk more about President Trump's plans for immigration with my first guest tonight, Steve Maggi, a naturalized U.S. citizen and an immigration attorney, up late with me. It's great to see you.
Thanks for having me.
So 2,000 arrests in 2 days. This has shaken up a lot of things. We're seeing ICE in action in these cities, and it's really shaken up the migrant community. Can you talk to us about that as an attorney who's probably worked with a lot of these folks?
Yeah, what we're seeing here is what I would call a show of force. It's technically called targeted enforcement of these immigration policies. And what they're doing is targeting what they call the worst of the worst, the highest level criminals in the United States. And they're doing it in force. They're using all their manpower. There are 41,000 ICE agents nationwide. And they're doing it in strategic areas, major cities like Chicago and New York, to be able to get the word out that they're really taking this seriously. And the numbers are not exactly clear, but 2,000 in 2 days. They said 5,500 the first week. So that means they're really ramping this up and using all the manpower that they have to start getting people, the most dangerous people, off the streets, as they say. The Secretary of Homeland Security, Kristi Noem, posted this morning something on X saying, getting the dirtbags off the street when she accompanied ICE officials in the Bronx on a raid. So this is clearly something that's very strategic. It's coordinated, and they're using and targeting major cities and places where there's a lot of media coverage to spread the word quickly that they're taking this seriously.
I mean, some people are saying, hey, listen, ICE has not been able to do their jobs for the last 4 years. They finally are. This was the president's campaign promise. But what do you make of how this operation is going down? Do you feel it's also triggering a lot of fear in the migrant community? A lot of immigrants here and undocumented are rattled by this.
Absolutely. You see reports all over the country of people not attending their church services, not going to their local area supermarkets in immigrant-heavy neighborhoods. I read about a bunch of janitors that didn't go to work because they were scared that they would be scooped up by ICE. And so this is having a profound effect of scaring people into staying home. And if this lasts on a long-term basis, you could see profound effects on the economy. But so far, there's an element of fear that's very palpable. I see it in my practice also by the number of people that are calling and saying, am I safe? Am I okay? Am I protected? What should I do?
Yeah. The ICE director said, listen, we're going to do this in stages and in phases. Right now, we're going after the most violent offenders, as you were alluding to. But can you break down some policy, sanctuary policy, when a governor, when a mayor, when leaders are not willing to abide by what ICE is wanting to do? What does that mean? Are they breaking federal law?
No, they're not. They have the right to put in place certain ordinances, decrees, executive orders on a local level, state and county. There's a map of the United States, if you look at it, with all the different colors that shows certain states are sanctuary states. Sometimes there's a county within a state. Sometimes there are specific cities. And there are certain states that have absolutely no sanctuary at all. And so they are not required to abide by this. But those sanctuary cities, counties, and states are proactively putting in measures to not cooperate. Essentially, the more a state or local authority will cooperate, the faster and more effective these initiatives are. So you're seeing the country divided, like we've seen it during elections and other times, but you're seeing it down to the micro level, even down to cities and counties.
I think there's a lot of uncertainty as far as who's being targeted, how this is going to go down. So I understand the fear and anxiety. This is all happening with a new administration. But under this administration, I only have about 20 seconds here. If someone wanted to appeal, if they were detained by ICE, as an attorney, do they have any rights to appeal? And do you think under this administration that appeal would go anywhere?
That's the real issue. Everybody should have due process under the Constitution because they are physically in the U.S. So what we hope is that everybody that's detained, whether rightfully or wrongfully, will have a chance to defend themselves.
Steve Maggi, thank you so much. This is something we're going to be talking about for quite some time as it is just getting underway. Thank you for your time and staying up late with me tonight.